thanks to EA for sponsoring this video. Friendly reminder that I do have a creator code, so if you plan on buying anything from thesims.com or the EA app, you can use my code itsqwertyluvs at checkout. There's currently a big sale going on right now for a lot of Sims packs, so if you do buy any of them, I really do appreciate if you guys use my code. It really helps support me and my channels. Thank you guys so much. Hey guys, welcome back to another creator sim video. So today we are going to be doing yet another character creator sim video, which I know I'm doing all the time lately, okay, but don't even judge me, okay? Everyone seems to be enjoying them. I seem to be enjoying making them at the minute, and let's be honest, my burnout for these eras lasts very not long. It'll come fast basically. So I feel like for the time being, whilst I actually feel like doing creator sims, I'm just gonna like power through, you know, I'm just gonna make as many as I can and as many as I want. So today we are gonna be making the Arcane characters of Sims. This has been requested probably alongside Monster High, I would say the most. I feel like I get this comment like all the time saying, please do Arcane characters. And guys, I'm just gonna hold your hand when I say this. I've watched it. I've actually seen it, both seasons and everything. Oh my god, all the other things I've done so far, like doing the creator sims lately, I've never watched them before, but this one I actually have, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I like Arcane. I don't think it's like my favorite show in the entire world, and there's a lot of stands out there, and I'm so sorry that I am not one of them. I think it's a great show, but I just find that the animation is kind of like where I find the fascination, and like on top of that, I don't really like the storyline that much. Like I find it a bit confusing and a little bit like, if it was a live action, I would not watch the show, if that makes any sense. But basically, I like the show as is, and I think that the animation style is beautiful, and I honestly think that when I'm watching it, I'm literally just staring at the screen like, oh my god, I want to cry, it's so pretty. So that is how I feel. It's so good, it's so beautiful. If you haven't seen the animation style, you should. It's incredible. Honestly, watch the show just for that. I'm not even someone who's big into animation. Like I don't watch anything that's animated. I prefaced this before that like I just don't like anything animated really, but this show is kind of an exception for that because of how beautiful the art style is. So basically, this has been not only on my list for ages, I was actually going to do it back when season 1 came out, which was like, I don't know how many years ago now, but it's been a while since season 1 came out. And I was actually going to do it then because I did watch the show then, but I started making them, right? And I was like, oh my god, I'm just using the CC that I downloaded. Like, so I specifically went ahead and downloaded like jinx hair and like different CC for the Sims specifically. And then I was like, this is actually really boring. So I didn't end up doing it. I have that file somewhere locked away because I like started filming it and I was like, I actually hate this. So I didn't end up doing it back then. I'm kind of glad I didn't, and I'm kind of glad I waited because I decided to do this a little bit differently and a little bit more how I like to do it, because as you guys know, the reason I don't like doing kind of more, I guess, human things, like I like doing things like the My Little Pony Sims and stuff because they have like nothing to work on. Like they have a few things to go off of, but like barely anything. And I find that that's like my favorite way of doing it. Whereas when it's something like this, where it's like, oh my god, they already have an amazing style and they already look so incredible, I find it a little bit overwhelming because I can't live up to that. Like these Sims do not live up to it. Like I just want to say now, these Sims are not that good. Like they're okay. I think I did a decent job, but they are not my best. Like they are not my best work because I just couldn't get them to look as cool as the game. Not the game, the show. And I'm well aware of that. So please do not say that, oh my god, that doesn't look like the character. I'm very aware of that, especially a couple of them are very off, but we'll get into that. But basically, because of that and because they're already so cool, it's so much more difficult to do. So I decided to, rather than just go and download like CC for them, which I know a lot of people have made before, of like Vi's hair and like Jinx's hair and all that stuff, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do any of that, and I'm actually just going to go off of whatever CC I have in the game and just hope that I can get stuff close, because I just find that more interesting. I get a little bit more creative freedom in that way, and it makes it a little bit different and not just a carbon copy, which I could do, but I don't want to do. So I know a lot of people have like made like specific perfect recreations, and unfortunately that's not what I'm doing today, so hopefully you guys don't mind too much. But yeah, I think that they turned out okay. I think that they're pretty good. I basically did an outfit that the most similar that I could find in my game to their original looks. Well, kind of like one of their original looks. Obviously they go through different outfits, and based on the season they kind of look a bit different, but I kind of went on based on like more of the season 1 original looks, I would say. But then for the second time I did like a second outfit, which is kind of what I would imagine them to wear, not necessarily like, not like in real life, because obviously they're not very like realistic looking, like they're not realistic looking Sims. I've given them all the shadows and stuff that they have in Arcane, or you know, as much as I could do, but it's kind of like an outfit that I picture them wearing, that I could see them wearing in like another scenario, like if they weren't going through all of this drama, you know what I mean? I say drama, it's like murders and fights and wars, you know, classic drama. It's not like, oh, my friend gossiped. No, it's like my friend got murdered and my other friend got murdered. Oh, and what's that? Oh yeah, my third friend got murdered. So it's not great. They have a bit of a traumatic time, so I kind of went for like a secondary, less traumatic time, you know? It's a little bit more of a fun outfit. I wouldn't say fun, but a little bit more of like a stylistic choice, kind of how I would see them. Again, I don't know if this is how they would dress. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I kind of did like Vi's second outfit. It's like a gym outfit, you know? Not that she needs to go to the gym. She just goes around and punches people's faces in the show, but that's not true. I don't think she does that. But like, I also haven't watched the show in a hot minute. Obviously season 2 came out like, I want to say the start of the year, but I have the memory of like, not even a fish. Like a fish has a better memory than me. I have the memory of like a, no, I don't know, but a bad memory basically, and it's really bad. So I can't remember much about the show, low-key, and it's because it's been so long since I watched season 1 as well. That's a lie. I rewatched season 1 literally just before watching season 2, so I have no excuses as to why I can't remember anything about the show. But all I know is the characters are cool, and therefore I wanted to do this. We've really rambled a bit. Vi, we're starting off with Vi, of course. She is my favorite character. Low-key though, okay, this is a hot take. She's my favorite character alongside Heimerdinger. Now Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I've had people laugh at my face for saying that. I don't know what's the hate with Heimerdinger. There's no hate, but I think people just like don't see him as a favorite character, which is like fair enough, okay? He's a bit of a wild card because he's not really in it that much, and also he's like a little guy, but he's so cute. Oh my god, I literally look at him and I smile. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but then he's adorable and I love him and I want to like be his friend. I think he's the most cutest character in the whole show, and I think because everyone else is so like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, you know? It's fun having like a nice little character, you know? I love his little like stash. I just think he's adorable. His little voice is so cute to me. I love Heimerdinger. I didn't make him today, unfortunately. I forgot to actually say I'm making today. I'm making Vi, Jinx, Viktor, Mel, and oh my god, who's the last one? Oh my god, Lana. Oh, and Caitlyn, of course. Oh my god. That's really embarrassing. So I was actually gonna make Echo as well, but then I started making him and I was like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Like, I tried, but I just was struggling, and so I just deleted it and just pretended like it didn't happen, except I've told you now, so you know that I did try to make Echo, but it just did not go successfully. There's obviously a load of other main characters I didn't make. For example, Jace, that's all I can think of. There's definitely other characters, but like I just didn't. Oh, Silco, like there's a load of other characters, but I just thought these were like the main ones. Plus, I did only make one male sim today, except I lied. I actually made Viktor as a feminine frame sim. However, he still uses he and pronouns. I just find, okay, so here's the thing. Someone commented the other day and they were like, why don't you just get like a flat body preset for the feminine frame sims, and then that way you can just make like a sim and it doesn't have to be like gendered. And I was like, that is so perfect, because something about the sliders on a masculine frame to me is so difficult. I don't know how to describe it. There's no reasoning. I don't think that's actually truthful or factual, but I find to make a masculine frame sim is so much more difficult than making a feminine frame sim. So I just decided, okay, you know what, if I can't do it, let's just not do it, and let's just make the sim be feminine framed but have like no chest and just be, you know, very like androgynous looking in terms of body type, but also obviously stick with the face that Viktor has. So the face I tried to get still as close to Viktor, and I did obviously give him all of the regular, you know, stuff, but he is a feminine frame sim because it's just easier that way. I don't know, don't shoot the messenger. It's not even the messenger, I am the creator, unfortunately. Don't shoot the creator, okay? But yeah, Vi turned out really cool and I love her. She's definitely my favorite character alongside Heimerdinger. I think she's really cool. I feel like everyone's either a Jinx person or a Vi person. I'm more of a Vi person personally. However, not at all. If I seem at all like Vi, that's a lie. I've never in my life acted like Vi. She's so cool. I'm so not cool. Like, I wish I could be like Vi. Her hair, oh my god. And when she's like got all like the eyeliner and she's like all like, you know, like, oh, can like punch people, I'm like, girl. Can I be Caitlyn right now? Like, what do we do? Sorry, I'm sorry. She's an animated character, and yeah, let's be honest, we all love her. I also love Viktor as well, but we'll get on to that in a minute. So we're doing Jinx right now. So off topic. So sorry, she's been being made for ages now. I've just not been talking about her. So I love Jinx. Obviously, originally Powder. Oh my god, spoilers. Oh no, not really. I feel like everyone knows that. You know what I mean? But she's really cool. I couldn't really get her outfit that accurate because I couldn't get those pants that she had. Well, trousers. I'm not American, but I couldn't get the trousers that she has. Obviously, they like make fun of them in the show, which by the way, a bit rude. Those little pantaloons I think are quite cool, to be honest, but I couldn't get like the stripy trousers. So I did my very best, but they're a little bit off, I would say. But as for the hair, I pretty much got, I think it's literally a Jinx recreation hair. So obviously it's exactly a Jinx hair. I already have that in my game. That wasn't downloaded in advance. That was like, I already seem to have that in my game, which is a little bit weird. Why did I have this in my game already? I don't know, but it obviously worked out pretty well for this. And I think she turned out really cool. I tried to get like her tattoos and stuff. Oh, another thing I did. Okay, so, oh my god, Lana, you're going everywhere right now. Sorry guys, I've been out all day, and whenever I've like not been like, I have to be in the mindset to film, and sometimes when I've been out and then I come home to film, I'm like very talkative and it's very weird and it's very annoying, and I know that, but I've also only got like half an hour till I need to go out again, so I'm very like stressed, but like it doesn't really matter, and like you don't care, so yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so I went ahead and I didn't do it for Vi because I forgot that this was even a thing, but when I was making Jinx, I was like, wait a minute, we have that handy dandy tattoo feature, and I said to myself, I was like, I'm gonna use that tattoo feature all the time, the one that comes in business and hobbies. I was like, I'm gonna use that all the time, and I'm gonna like make every sim have like custom shadows and makeup and all that stuff. Turns out when I got the pack and I started playing it, I didn't do that, and I haven't done it in a while because I struggle and I'm not an artist in any shape or form, so I didn't do that. However, today I did that. So yeah, I decided to make like draw on in the art style. They have like very distinct like lines underneath their eyes here, and it's so cool, but it's also very difficult to get in sims because no one really makes that kind of like CC. It's very specific, obviously. So I decided to go with that and try and draw it on. I think it looks a little bit funky on some of them, but I did it for everyone after Vi, and I think it looks cool. I think it makes them look a bit more like themselves in a way, and I just felt like it kind of gave that art style a little bit more of like a, you can tell it's the art style, you know? Even though I had some shadows on there originally, I just thought it made it look really cool and a lot more like cartoony, because obviously The Sims is cartoony, but in a certain sense it's also meant to be realistic. So it's kind of like a hard balance, like get that really animated idea across, you know? I just thought that was really cool though. I think that it's definitely a fun way to use that feature. If you were some sort of artist, like I'm sure I could have gone on the gallery and searched like Arcane inspired skin that someone would have made, but unfortunately I thought it'd be more fun to do it myself, which is always a rookie mistake when you have no artistic abilities. But I think I did okay. ish. But yeah, there's also of course a full CC list in the description, and I'll be also posting them to the gallery. I get a lot of questions about the gallery ID, so my gallery ID is just itsqwertyluvs, much like my channel, and you can find all my creations on Lana. Let's get a grip. All right, let's get a grip. You just make a pretty sims, okay? My sims on there, and you can look at them on there and download them. So obviously you've got the mini game if you want to. I don't know why you'd want them really. I think they're cool, but I don't know why, in what scenario you'd have Arcane sims if you wanted to play out the Arcane world, which would be really cool actually. However, I don't have the time, nor, well, actually I have the time, I just don't want to. So yeah, that's kind of the reason. Like I said, I do like the show. I just don't find it that like, it's good, but it's not my kind of show. First of all, it's animated. Not my vibe, but also second of all, it's obviously a bit more like actiony. It's focused a lot on the characters as well, but it's simultaneously a lot of action. You know, there's a lot of like war stuff, and not war, but like it's a lot of like battles and, you know, dramatic things, and that's just not my thing at all. Like I never watch any shows that like action or films that are action. Like it's just not my like genre. Obviously it's more like horror or like more sort of dramas, so I find that that's like a very different show for me to watch. And again, if it wasn't animated, if it wasn't for the animation style, I would not be watching it because it does not interest me. And a lot of the stuff I don't understand. Like I know I can just Google it, but I don't know if it's just me. I watch the show and all of a sudden I feel like I've blinked and I've missed like 100 things that have happened. They just like quickly go over something that happened off screen and I'm like, what did I miss? Like, did I miss the whole episode? Like the amount of times I've had to check to see if I've missed an episode because it skips forward a lot and like it moves around so much. I get so confused. But yeah, I know there's like another show coming from it. I think so. Like an Arcane spin-off, which would be really cool. I know it's also based on the game League of Legends. Of course, I've never played that. No one's shocked by that. It's not my kind of vibe. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's some sort of shooting game. Is it shooting? It could be. It could be. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I think it's like a shooty game, which shockingly is not the vibe for me. I hate that kind of thing. I think that's scary and I get so tense, which is ironic because I love horror films, but there's something so scary about no. So now we're moving on to Caitlyn. So, oh, quick one with Jinx's outfit. So I kind of tried to go for like a bit of a graffiti vibe because obviously she has like all of the colors. I did want to go for a more colorful fit, but I ended up just kind of sticking to the blues and like the blacks because I felt like that was more for her character. But I could also see in another universe that she'd have like rainbow outfits and very neon and stuff like that. But I just unfortunately didn't do that because I just didn't feel like it looked very right. I did also like change their hairstyles up for the second outfit, just to like ones that again feel a little bit more less animated and a little bit more different to their original vibe, so that it's a little bit of a change and a little bit more unique to their original designs, just to make it a little bit more fun for me to do. Because I think if I'd have just made the original outfits, I'd have been like so bored. Like I just can't. And of course all their facial features, I tried my very best to get them as accurate as I can, but at the end of the day, it's not only is it only The Sims, I'm also not that good at this. So please do not be like, oh my god, that looks nothing like the character, because I know, like, I think I did the best for Caitlyn and I think Jinx maybe. As for Mel, don't even get me started. When we get to her, you guys will be like, are you even making Mel? And I'll be like, guys, I am. Okay, I promise I am trying to make Mel, but it's horrendous. She looks so beautiful in the show, and we'll get to it. But yeah, it didn't come across. But yeah, so for Caitlyn, so her original outfit I think would look pretty cool, pretty similar-ish. Like, you know, I tried to go for like the white and the blue, and obviously she's like the lead, like pullover gal, you know, which again, it's cool. But then I was like googling it, and I was like, wait, she doesn't actually like doing that much. Like in the beginning, she didn't want to do it, but then she's also brought up very posh because she's like the daughter of one of the counselors, and it was a whole thing. So I was like struggling with her second outfit the most so far because I couldn't figure out how to make her look how I imagine her to look in a more regular outfit, if that makes any sense. But I ended up kind of going for like a businessy vibe, which I know sounds a bit stupid because she doesn't really like doing that stuff in the beginning, but I feel like she kind of grows to like it. And she's obviously very like put together and professional because she likes doing the guard job thing. What's it called? I don't know, but like she likes being one of the pilt over guard people. And I thought that that would be sort of fun to incorporate sort of like a businesswoman, you know, kind of energy if she was in the real world, which I don't think that any of these characters would enjoy the real world or like our world, because it's like, I mean, Vi especially, she'd be in prison very, yeah, like often. Jinx probably also would be for building some sort of weird contraption. Caitlyn, I think she'd be the only one thriving, to be honest. Maybe Caitlyn and Mel. Viktor, I don't know. I think in another universe he could be like a little like guy at a coffee shop, you know what I mean? But like, anyways, we're getting off topic. But yeah, I do think that Caitlyn turned out pretty good. I think it's very difficult to get across facial features that are like animated because I didn't make all their eyes as big as they are in the show because it just looked a little bit silly in my opinion. I know that I should really, but you know how I am, and I like prefer making people a little bit more realistic, like, well, not people, Sims, making them look a little bit more realistic if I can. But I definitely tried to stray away from that today because I obviously that is kind of the entire vibe of the show, is that they have that very specific art style. But yeah, also I'm probably gonna do a few more of these creative Sims coming up because of my trips coming up. Amsterdam is literally in like 3 weeks, and I had no idea it was so soon. Like in my head, I had like ages till I was going to TwitchCon, but all of a sudden it's coming up, and I'm like, Oh my god, this is scary. How am I going to survive? I don't know. I am very scared of everything. I haven't been on a plane in like 10 years, if that, probably even, maybe even longer. I don't even know. And last time I went, I was obviously a child, so I didn't have to do anything. I've got to do all the airport stuff. I've got to think about being on a plane. Guys, if you don't know this information, even though I talk about it all the time, planes are up there with my biggest fear. Planes, zombies, both of them, biggest fears. If there's a zombie film that's set on a plane, I would be gone out of the world because I would never be able to watch that. You would literally see urine go down my leg because I'd be that sorry, too much information. But I would be so scared, okay? I cannot handle planes as is. So the fact I'm gonna be on one, even just seeing one in person makes me like want to cry. So I can't imagine actually being on one, but thankfully the journey's like an hour. So hopefully I'll survive because I'm petrified. And point being, because of that coming up, I'm gonna do a lot more of these character ones. So I've still got a few listed. Again, I want to do Teen Titans, some others that you guys have suggested. Honestly, thank you guys so much for the suggestions. I've been having a load of fun writing them all down. There's so many ideas and I can't wait to do them all. But obviously it's just waiting to get time to do them because these do take a little bit of time because like each sim takes like at least an hour. And I do like to make them look pretty good. Like I'm not gonna like half-heartedly do it, you know. I'm not gonna put out a video I'm not proud of. So I do put a bit of effort into them, even though really I could probably put a little bit less effort in. But I don't want to make sims that I'm not proud of, you know. Like I'm not that I'm that proud of these ones, to be honest. But that's not my fault. That's the fault of Arcane style being so amazing that it makes like it impossible for me to do this. But yeah, so now we're moving on to Viktor. So as I said, I went with the feminine framed body, but I made like a male sim. So I think he turned out pretty similar. The key word is pretty similar. Not entirely similar. I think he looks good. I think the hair's pretty spot on, but I think I struggled a lot. Again, not a shock to anyone there. For some reason, like Caitlyn came together like pretty fast, but Viktor was a struggle. I just couldn't seem to like get his vibe. You know what I mean? A lot of them have like specific facial expressions that they pretty much do all the time. For example, like Vi's always like, you know what I mean? She's very like, yeah, oh, I'm a baddie, you know. Not that she's a baddie, she's actually the main character, but like she's like, you know, a bit like, oh, I'm a tough lass, you know. But then you've got Viktor, who's always kind of looks a bit sad, especially in the first season. In the second season, he's like well cool, and by the way, well hot. I'm sorry. But the bisexual in me watching this show is spectacular. You've got Mel and you've got Viktor. You even joked me. And Vi. I literally watched it like this. You know, like literally watching it fall in love with each of these characters. But I love Viktor as well. I think he's such a good character, and I think his arc, I didn't like it that much, to be honest. I felt it was a little bit like over the top, and it felt like it happened very fast. Like I felt like his arc just went from 0 to 100 within like an episode. But I would like to see a bit more of it and a bit more of him, especially in season 2, even though he was in it a bit. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. But point being, I think that Viktor is such an attractive character. I think he's so hot. I love him, and I wish he was a real life person. One can dream. But yeah, I think that he turned out pretty good. The second outfit I went for, I did struggle a bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't just get one crutch, but I gave him the 2 that I could get from The Sims. I couldn't really figure out his second outfit at all because I wanted to go for sort of like a librarian vibe, if that makes sense. Like a very like Victorian, slightly gothic like vibe to him, because that's just kind of what I get from him from his original outfit. And I think it turned out pretty cool. Like I gave him this like massive like leather jacket, which I just think looks sick, and it's like brown. Got pretty much a full black outfit with this turtleneck and these boots and these long hair. Oh my god, the long hair. When he had the long hair in season 2, I was like yeah. Yes, I'm in love. I am in love. I love Viktor. I even went for a beret. Yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, I just realized I didn't go for a brown coat in the end. I went for a black coat. I'm so sorry. I lied to you all. I'm just, okay. I went for a black coat, but I think it just looks so cool, and I think he looks amazing, and I think that this first outfit is pretty similar. It's got the brown. I couldn't really get the proper waistcoat that he has in the show, but it's like a similar enough, I felt like, where it could be, you know, feasible that it could be his outfit, and I definitely think it could look a bit like him. Again, it's a stylistic choice, okay? If it would have looked exactly like them, I'd have been like, guys, I nailed it. It's not a stylistic choice. I did it spot on. But because I couldn't get him spot on, I'm like, it's a stylistic choice. Actually, it was a personal choice that I did that. And it wasn't just because I couldn't achieve the final look in any way. I just couldn't do it. But yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to think like other characters that I want to do. I do have like a really long list, but it's kind of hard balancing things that are like easy to interpret versus things that are like too good. Like, for example, this was too good. I'm sorry, it was just too good. I want to do one that's like a bit more of an interpretation. I think Teen Titans is a good shout. What's that other show? There's like that show, like, I don't even know what it's called. We could do like Scooby-Doo, maybe. I think I've done Scooby-Doo in the past. Yeah, I've definitely done Scooby-Doo in the past. There's a lot of them that I've done in the past. I want to do Alice in Wonderland as well. I think that'd be really fun. Again, I've already done that in the past, but that was so many years ago. You don't want to look for that video, okay? It was terrible. I was terrible. I mean, actually, I wasn't. I've always been amazing, obviously. You don't wake up like this overnight, you know what I mean? Like, you've been born like this. No matter, get straight up. Sorry, you're born this way is what I was getting to the point of that. But I think that, where was I going with this? I think that it's just very fun to do these kind of things, and I just think that these are like just really fun to do at the minute. I don't know. I just really like doing them, and I think I'll definitely do more in the future. I do want to like builds as well, but every time I try and do a build video, it goes terribly. I just can't build. Well, I can-ish, but I have to have a lot of concentration, and it takes roughly 10 hours to make a decent living room. So it's very unreasonable. I still do want to start streaming on Twitch. I was actually going to do it like last weekend, but low-key, it's already the next weekend, and I haven't done it. And I was going to be doing the weekend after, but then I'm like, is it too close to TwitchCon? Like, I'm not going to have a chance to do it after that, which is the truth. I'm going to be away on a lot of different trips, so I'm thinking maybe like next weekend. I don't know. I want to do it on a weekend. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, what time would be best for you as well? Normally, I'd say like 3 p.m. BST, is it British summertime? Is that like okay time, or is it better off doing it earlier for British people? Because I want to make sure Americans and like other countries can watch it, but I don't know what's a good time. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I have no idea like good timing and stuff. I used to do it like at like 11, but then Americans don't be able to watch it, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, what time I should do it, and like what day and stuff would be best for everyone, because I really do want to get back into Twitch streaming, but I don't know what I'd do. Like, what would you guys want me to do? Would you want me to do like a crate sim? Like, I wouldn't do like a long stream or anything, because I get like really bad anxiety with it. Even the thought of streaming makes me like low-key physically nauseous. It's just the thought of pressing go live that's horrifying to me, and I know that you guys are so lovely and it's gonna be amazing, but the thought of it is just one of those things. It's like before you go on like a first date, you know, it's horrifying. It's so scary. The thought of meeting someone new is so scary. The thought of doing something like a Twitch stream that I haven't done in so many years is so scary. Like, going into that, oh my god. Anyways, now we're finally moving on to Mel. So Mel is that even her Mel? Yeah, Mel. I think it's Mel. I don't know why have I forgotten her name. I'm pretty sure, I'm very positive it's Mel. Sorry, anyway, she's literally the most beautiful person I've ever seen. I can't even believe they managed to animate or get someone who looks like her. Honestly, every time she came on screen, I was like, I actually can't believe, not that she's not even real, but I can't even believe that she's an animation. Like, she's that beautiful. She just glows. I don't even know how they did it, how they made, I just love her. I love her so much. She's so beautiful. I wish she was like, had a bit more of a story. I didn't really enjoy that whole like roses malarkey. Like, what were we going on with? What was that? Thorns? Like, that came out of nowhere. But low-key, I somehow, and I don't know how it happened, she low-key looks like Sasha Colby, the drag queen. Don't ask me how. Don't know. I think it's like the lighter eyes. It gives me very Sasha Colby vibes. I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden she looked like Sasha Colby. Not that I'm complaining. I'm just saying I did unintentionally make her low-key look like Sasha Colby. It doesn't really matter, because either way, they're, you know, both queens. But basically, I just could not get her right. I don't know what I was doing. Originally, I think it was because I had too much contour on her cheeks, and she has like less contour. Because a lot of the others, they have very like defined cheekbones, whereas she doesn't have that as much. She does a little bit, but like it's not as defined as like say Viktor, for example. So I was kind of like doing it a bit too much. So I was like, okay, I need to like dial this back, and that's what's the problem. But even so, I just couldn't get it right. You can't recreate perfection. Like, you just can't. It's impossible to do. I'm sorry, you can't do it. It's like me, you know, you try and make me in The Sims, it's not gonna happen, because you can't recreate this face, you know. You can't recreate perfection. You can't recreate a masterpiece, you know. It's a one-time thing. Sorry, I'm joking. But also, I noticed when I was doing this, and I actually really appreciate that about the show, is that pretty much all of the characters have smaller lips, and I really appreciate that. As someone who has low-key, well, not even low-key, very tiny lips, like I have a pretty small mouth, it's really nice to see that. Like, when I was making like Vi and Jinx, I was like, wait, these people are so beautiful and they have small lips. And I know that obviously people with small lips are beautiful, but I just find that that's such a big insecurity on myself, and I just tend to not see it as much in media. Like, I feel like every actress and stuff lately, and every actor in general, they seem to always have like big lips because of like lip filler, and like everyone seems to have big lips, and that's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I love big lips as well, but it's just nice as someone with smaller lips to see such beautiful characters that have smaller lips, and they animated it that way. You know what I mean? Like, that was a choice. It's just because I feel like I just have such a big insecurity about it, and these people are so beautiful, and I know that small lips are beautiful. It's just on myself, it's not beautiful, and I know that's stupid, because how can it be beautiful on other people but not on yourself? I don't know. That's just how insecurities work though, innit? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's insecure about something, but then they see it on someone else and it looks beautiful, and it's like, it's because we see ourselves so often that it becomes an insecurity. But like, I need to embrace my smaller lips. Like, I need to just forget about that, because it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of life. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? And everyone's beautiful, and it doesn't matter if you have small or big lips or medium lips, or I don't know what other options are, but it doesn't matter basically what lip size you have. I just thought it was really nice to see that in the show, because like, I don't know, I know that's so stupid, but anime characters, think of like Monster High, Bratz dolls, they all have like those big puckered up lips, so it's just nice to see a bit of a differentiation, a bit of diversity with that. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting way off topic. So the second outfit for Mel, I think, is so gorgeous, and honestly the first outfit as well. Again, I couldn't fully recreate her to the best that I could, but I tried, and I think she is still beautiful, don't get me wrong. I just really wish I could have made her look as amazing as she does in the show, because like, there was just so much I couldn't do, and so much I tried to do that just wasn't happening, and I was just like devastated that I couldn't do it. But again, I think she still looks pretty cool. So that is everyone that I'm making today, guys. So hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know what you think of the characters in the comments down below, and which is your favorite Arcane character I would like to discuss. This is the first one so far that I can actually discuss the show and actually talk about the characters, which is quite exciting. But yeah, so hopefully you guys like this video. Again, there's a CC list in the description down below. Let me know if there's any other suggestions for videos in the comments, and also again, let me know about the Twitch streamer situation, because I am very torn on when to do it and what to do and whatever like that. So yeah, it's just kind of a scary new world I'm diving into. Well, not even new. I did it years ago. I did it like 3 times a week so many years ago for like literally like a year or 2. But yeah, anyways, so remember to like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the video. I love you guys. Bye.